Welcome back. My son got through the first 3 letters before storming off and calling me a bastard. Boy, does he have it twisted. Well, if I learned anything from George W. Bush, it's that you can't educate them all. Valentine's Day is tomorrow, and you know what that means. Yeah, those giant, expensive teddy bears will soon be half off as soon as it's over. You know those big bears that just chill in your local H-E-B Valentine's section, waiting to be bought by either some loser who's going too hard to try and get his ex back, or a really desperate furry. Well, these bears are seen as a pretty good alternative to that one Hatsune Miku body pillow on my Amazon wishlist. That might not entirely be the case. As we've learned from the renowned 2009 documentary, Toy Story 3, toys have a habit of coming back to life when we aren't looking, and the most evil of them happen to be pink stuffed teddy bears with mommy issues. Listen, we here at Next to Now believe in hashtag not all bears, but we know dark times are upon us. We predict that this Valentine's Day, giant teddy bears have had enough. For years they've been systematically born and bred for the horniest day of the year, but without any genitals. Never do they get the satisfaction of sharing the love with another person. I can only imagine the type of sexual frustration the big bears go through on a daily basis. I mean, really, homies only get stuffed once in their entire lives. Then they end up either stuck in some clearance aisle, in some girl's closet, or in eternal damnation. The bear's sexual frustration has built stronger over the decades. Every Valentine's Day, it only gets worse. Eventually, the sexual frustration will develop into regular frustration, which, as my dear friend Joker has shown us, leads to murder. That's right, folks. These sexually frustrated teddies are staging a complete revolution. The bears are coming to chop off you and your happy steaks and your happy flaps, bitch. You've heard of No Nut November, but you gotta absolutely brace yourself for No Phallus February. There's lots of ways I could tell you about the gruesome Valentine's bear attacks, but I think it's best to do it in rhyme. That's right, folks. We're here to bring you How the Bears Stole Valentine's. Every horn down in Hornsville awaited this night, not knowing that they were in for a fright. For the giant teddies that lived in the store, they've had it so rough, they found it so tough, to never be stuffed anymore. Every horn down in Hornville will scream, and never live out their horniest dream. For the giant teddies that come into town, they've gotten these knives, they've stolen their wives, to bring all the horns down. One small horn down from Hornville will find out a clue, and she'll know exactly what she can do. For the giant teddies are truly just sad. They've acted so smug, but they've never been hugged, and she'll show them it's truly not bad. Maybe Valentine's, they thought, doesn't come from the gore. Maybe Valentine's means a little bit more. All that rhyming sure wore me out. Let's move on to something emotionally frightening. As everyone is sure to know by now, tomorrow is Valentine's Day. And what would Valentine's Day be without an obligatory call from my friend Tabitha, who also happens to be the mother of my son, here on the show tonight because she won't leave me alone otherwise. Here is my acquaintance, Tabitha.
Oh my, Cameron. What a quaintanty space you people call a studio. My father has one at least 3 times this size.
Hello, Tabitha. How's it been? Like 6 months?
Oh, I have been quite pleasant, thank you for asking. Pardon the occasional fortnight, I was forbidden to view my child, my own flesh and blood, due to your incandescent pleading and rather pesky legal team.
Come on, Tabitha. I just wanted to see my son. God forbid I spent a little quality time with my child.
Your child? I raised my dear boy, my own flesh and blood, to be a member of the royal Burt Whistle family, while you take home your rinky-dink television program and soil his mind with your risque jokes and absurdist commentary on current events.
That is the premise of the show. And I'm sure he's old enough to handle it. Son, how old are you?
I'm 18.
18? See? He's old enough.
I'm positively aghast that you're unfamiliar with the age of your own son. Your own flesh and blood. Look what you've done to my poor boy. Look how unhealthy he is. He smells, and his eyes have these hideous dark circles, and they came from restless nights of you of pain residing within your household.
I think he's pretty happy staying with me.
Well, let's just ask him. Son, who do you prefer?
If it means anything, if it means you'll stop fighting, then both of you.
Oh, my dear boy, my own flesh and blood, I'm sorry I've abandoned you through these formative years.
And I, too, sincerely apologize for my constant bickering with your father. There was a time once when we loved each other, however hard it may be to believe.
Tabitha, I've been thinking about this for a long while, and the revelation has finally occurred to me. Tabitha?
Yes, Cameron?
Will you marry me?
This whole time I have secretly adored you and wished you could come live together with me again like we did many fortnights ago. Let us return to our normal lives for our son and your daughter on the way.
Tabitha, what is that?
This is your daughter, Cameron. Your daughter from 7 months ago at the motel, do you remember? She'll be here soon, and we can relive the good old days of raising our son, our own flesh and blood.
Well, I didn't realize that.
Why do you look so dreadful, Cameron? This is truly a day for celebration, not to mope around like a damn fool.
Would you look at the time? That's all we got for tonight. My final prediction is that all you in the audience will be back here next week. I'm Cameron Dean. Goodbye and good night.